Hi, my name is Robbie Curtis. I'm a professional dancer and acrobat. Welcome to lesson 1 of handstands. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the foundations of a handstand. Let's get started. The most important thing about our handstand is making sure that our arms and wrists and core is strong to be able to hold ourselves up. So let's get started with that. So just follow along, shaking out the hands. Blinking lights. Wide arms, fists. Going as fast as you can. 10 times. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake that out. You'll probably feel a little bit of blood pumping into the forearms. That's good for when we go up. From there, we're going to be warming up our elbows and arms. So, little circles, and other way. Building that into bigger circles. Other way. Shaking it out. Shoulders up to the ears, and release. Now we're going to do some fascia release. The fascia is the connective tissue underneath the skin that encases muscle. The importance of releasing it is it enables your body to move a little bit more freely. Let's get started. Coming down onto all fours, making sure that we're right angles in a nice box, look long through the scalp, strong straight back. We're going to take the right arm and take it through, little breath out, and throw it up. 2, up. 3, looking at the arm. 4, 5, 6. Really trying to release through the spine and throw that arm. Left side, and 1. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Same thing, but bringing the right leg forward and coming up into a lunge. With our lunge, we want to make sure that our knee is over our foot. So it's a nice right angle. Strong straight back leg. And opening up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From there, we're going to come into a front support. A front support, it looks like this. What we're aiming for is a strong, straight line through the whole body. We don't want to be sinking into our back at all. We don't want to be pushing up too much. We want to be long and long through the scalp. From here, we're going to rock back through the wrists. 1, 2, 3, supported tummy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See if you can stay up, and we're going to do 10 up through the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. From there, we're going to warm up our scapula. We're going to do this by lying on our tummy. Try to bring our legs together, tight bum. We're going to put our forehead on the floor. From there, we're going to take our arms into a W, so this shape, and our thumbs are going to be up. We're going to lift, we're going to hold. From there, we're going to reach forward. Our palms come down. From there, we lift back with our W, with our thumbs up, 10 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Little stretch out, shoulders down, and downward dog. Great. From there, just have a little shake out. The last thing that we're going to do on the floor is a dish. This really warms up our core and really encourages us to close our ribs, which is really important when we do the handstand. We're going to come into our back. Really importantly, we want to be pushing our lower back into the floor, so we don't want to be arching up like this. So we'll soften a little tiny pelvic tilt. Soft tummy, so the abdominals don't want to be sticking out. From there, we're going to be taking our legs up. We want to bring our arms up, and we want to make sure that our scapula comes off the floor. If this is all you can do, that's fine, just stay there. Otherwise, taking our legs out straight. If this is hurting, bring the legs up a little bit. But we are wanting to go for this sort of shape. We will hold this for 20 seconds. It's really important that we keep closing our ribs, and we're engaging our core as much as we can, pulling up the knees, pointing through the toes. And 1. 10 more seconds. And release. Okay, now we're going to go over to the wall and we're going to work on an A-frame against the wall. An A-frame is us looking at trying to make a right angle with our body with the wall. So, first of all, we're going to sit really close to a wall. We're going to flex our feet. We're going to make a mental note where our feet are. We're going to bring our hands just back from there. We're going to put our arms shoulder width apart. Now, shoulder width is much closer than you think. Shoulder width isn't out here, making sure that we're really wanting to push up, and our thumbs are actually quite close to one another. From there, we're going to be pushing out of our shoulders. This is really important because we want to be closing our ribs. When we do this exercise, it's really important that we're pushing and opening our shoulders. We're not closing our shoulders. What that means is that our shoulders are straight like this. And closing the shoulders means that we're doing that, which we don't want to be doing. I'll demonstrate both. So, we're going to be putting our hands down on the floor. We're going to straighten our legs. Try to straighten our legs. We're going to walk our feet slowly up the wall. Keeping them bent. From there, nice and slowly extending out through. What we don't want is this. That's us closing our shoulders, so bringing our shoulders forward. We want to be pushing them back. We want to be holding this for 20 seconds. Try to extend through the legs. If it's too hard to bring our legs that low, it's absolutely fine to go more at that angle. All this is trying to get weight over the arms for as long as possible. From there, we're going to try to do the A-frame, but then try to lift one of our legs up from there. The most important thing about this is doing it really slowly and not to extend too far. So we're really wanting to find our dish that we found on the floor in that sort of direction. Also, it's important to close our ribs with this. So closing the ribs means that we want to be wrapping, we don't want to be sticking our ribs out like this, we want to bring them back underneath ourselves. And notice what happens with our hips with that. So if we stick our ribs out, it sort of strains the back, even standing. So if we close them, naturally the hips come underneath us. And you'll notice, if I have my hands up from there, this is a really strong, straight handstand shape. So this is the shape that you want to be making in the air when you're upside down. So not this. So we're going to go back over to the wall. Finding our A-frame. Again, just walking up nice and slowly, shoulder width apart. From there, drifting one leg off the wall, nice and slowly, making sure that it comes to straight. Making sure that it's not going too far over or too far back. Really focusing on closing the ribs. If you're feeling confident, really try to extend through and a soft gaze down to the floor, pushing up out of the shoulders. From there, walking slowly back to the floor. Okie dokie. So make sure that you're really comfortable in all those shapes before attempting a full handstand against the wall, which is what we're going to do next. don't be despaired if you're finding all of that really difficult. Just really practice those shapes, and if you're finding it difficult, just film yourself, because having that immediate feedback of where your shoulders are, where your hips are, will be really useful. Okay, so we're going to look at a full handstand against the wall now. So we're going to start exactly the same way that we started with our A-frame. So coming back to the wall, sitting down, making that mental note of where those feet are, taking our hands here, shoulder width apart, which is much closer than you think, thinking about the ribs, thinking about the shoulders. Extending up through, walking our feet back towards the wall, finding that A-frame. From there, walking slowly up the wall. As we do this, walking the hands back. So you're just shimmering back to the wall. From there, closing the ribs, opening the shoulders, pushing up out of the hands. So we don't want to be sinking down, we want to be pushing right up. Squeezing the bum and legs together. We want to also be in a straight position here. So to check that we're in a straight position, you can look up towards your feet. If you're wagging your legs to one direction, you can try to fix them by looking at them. Soft gaze towards the floor, pushing up, out of the hands. To come out, just stepping, just reversing. Fantastic. Now that's going to take a little while to get, so don't despair if you can't do that straight away. This is a progressive thing, so don't expect to be able to do this straight away. If you can do 10 seconds one day, absolutely fantastic. 15 seconds the next. Try to build it up to a minute. If you kind of get there, 2 minutes is fantastic. That's what we're really aiming for. Because if you can do 2 minutes doing a handstand freestanding on the floor, it will be so easy. Also, one other thing to think about, once you've sort of sorted out all of those little things, pushing up out of the shoulders, the other thing to start thinking about is our finger connection to the floor. So spreading the fingers out and just feeling like you can take the weight into your fingers. So the palms of your hands aren't coming up like this off the floor. You want to be spreading them down through the floor, spreading the weight. Great, thank you so much. Enjoy.